But the result of what happened during that 2 years was, first of all, it played a huge role in my wife coming to Christ. Because when she saw me say no sex for a year, she said, I don't think Will's faking it anymore. I think this is real. And that was huge. And we got baptized together, largely in part of that decision. Also, we both brought sexual baggage into the relationship from previous relationships. And in that year's time, before we got married, God healed us of that. So we didn't carry that junk into our marriage. So this wasn't just some rule that God wanted me to follow. This was really for our best interest. And the other thing is, and I really don't even have a way to completely explain this, but God has blessed our marriage because of that. I believe that wholeheartedly. We both went into marriage obedient to God, and it's made all the difference in the world. So, what have I learned throughout this experience? The things in the past that I thought were going to bring me a freedom, really, as we've talked about, brought me slavery, brought me chains. But as I've changed, and I want to read you one more thing here, if I can get to my Bible again. And this is another part of that Psalm 119. If you get a chance to read Psalm 119, it's really awesome. But this is the way I feel right now. And I hope we can all get to this. It says, do not snatch your word of truth from me, for your regulations are my only hope. They really are. They're our only hope, guys. I will keep on eyeing your instructions forever and ever. I will walk in freedom, for I've devoted myself to your commandments. Okay. Questions for tonight? There's a lot of words here, guys. I'm just going to warn you right up front. First question. Describe the last time God asked you to do something that made you uncomfortable, but you trusted Him and obeyed. How did you experience freedom through your obedience? So this is kind of like what I just went through. The things that I didn't want to do, but God asked me to do it, and then the result, I actually found freedom that I wasn't expecting there. The second one. As you look at the formula for freedom, describe where you are at with each one of these three areas. So for example, walking in the Spirit. Do you communicate and hear from God? Are you experiencing joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, and goodness? Do others notice a change in you? Or the flip side of that, is your relationship with God one of rules and rituals and no relationship at all? The second one, Word. Are you allowing God to speak to you through His Word? If so, what does that look like? And the third one, obedience. Is there an area where God is asking you to be obedient, where you are saying, not right now? Where is God calling you through His Spirit and Word to a greater level of freedom through obedience? All right? Let's keep it real. It's not about what you think. It's about what you believe, and we can tell what you believe because that's what you act on. All right? 1, 2, 3, go. Woody even was participating there. I was trying to sneak over so I could hear what he was saying. I was thinking as I was over here talking to these guys, you know, I told you guys about where I was in the first year of my walk as a Christ follower. And just, I wanted to let you guys know where I'm at right now. For me right now, the battleground for obedience is in the little things. And what I've found is if I start to slip in the little things, they gradually kind of snowball into larger and larger things. So for me right now, it's not so much the big things that God's pointing out to me in my life, it's more of the day-to-day, situation by situation type things. For example, cool story, because I was actually obedient, so it's a cool story, I'll tell you. But this past Sunday after church, my wife and I went to the big, new Kroger's over here in Forest. And it was packed. We were in there. And I came around the corner, and there was a guy standing there. And the Holy Spirit was just on me, Will, go talk to that guy. And I immediately said, I have no idea who that guy is. No way. I'm not going to look like an idiot in the middle of Kroger's in front of all these people. This is probably not even God talking to me right now. No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you want me to talk to somebody I don't know? So I turned around and started walking down the aisle. And I thought about it, and I thought about what Woody said earlier this week about would I rather look stupid or would I rather stand before God and explain to Him why I didn't listen to Him? And I said, well, I'd rather look stupid. So I walked around the corner, walked up to him, said hi, and we looked at each other, and I just said, do you go to Blue Ridge? I didn't know what else to say to him, and he said, yeah, today was my first day at Blue Ridge. And I was like, score. Yes. And yeah, God. And so I talked to him about it and asked him how he enjoyed the service, and invited him to come here tonight. I wish I could say he was here. He's not, but I invited him, and come to find out, he had gone up after the service and talked to Woody for a while, and Woody invited him tonight, and then Dave, he met Dave. So I was actually the third guy that met him and invited him to come out here tonight. We've got his number, and we're going to keep after him, but there was a big moment there where I had severe doubts about whether or not I was going to do that or whether it was even from God, but there was a definite freedom afterwards whenever I actually did what it was that God wanted me to do. And I know that God just wanted to make sure that Isaac is his name, got invited as many times as he could to bring him into community. So for me, now obedience is in the small things. Just some announcements. This Friday is Thursday. So show up, take communion this Friday at Thirsty. And just like we talked about last week, guys, I really want us to keep doing this. Keep showing up early, grab another guy, and pray for this group. Pray for the direction of this group. Pray for God to use us in this group. Pray for God to bring people in, other guys that need to know Him and need community, who are out there on their own. We know that doesn't work, and we're all very lucky to have each other, but there are plenty of brothers out there who need us. So grab somebody when we get here, and let's start praying together. Woody, you want to pray?
Yeah.